Hello and welcome to today's episode of Ideas That Change the World. I'm your host, XX3ZY. Tonight we're revisiting a house that changed the course of history, signalling the beginning of domesticity on demand. This 18-bedroom, 18-bathroom superhouse existed in the former territory of Australia in a town specifically known as Melbourne. Built in 2013, this was the first identifiable house purpose-designed for the sharing economy and enabled applicants to rent space on demand anywhere in the world and at a premium. The project marks the point in time in which the house moved from a machine for living, as famous architect Le Corbusier once said, to a machine for generating a profit. JY20 has the story.
In 2013, when this house was built, tourists would use this Airbnb website to book into ordinary homes as short-term holiday accommodation. They used their computers or iPhones to book rooms in advance, and it was necessary to pay up front. While this might seem primitive by today's standards, up until this point in history, the home was still a private space occupied by families of various kinds. This proto-shared model was not like the by-the-minute rentals that exist today, or even the by-the-hour operations that some of us still remember from our childhood. Rooms at this stage were only available to book by the night. Located in a quiet suburban street, this house has 6 times the yield of its neighbours, sleeping up to 36 guests at any one time. Archival footage reveals the reformulation of the home as a public space through the introduction of accessible ramps, exit signs, tactile indicators and fire extinguishers. You may notice that the grass at the Brunswick house is entirely fake. Despite the falling cost of domestic labour, the camps did not yet exist, so gig economy workers were still being paid to service the wealthy. Moving inside, we see the incorporation of a gymnasium in the front room, which alludes to the increase in leisure time for the upper middle classes that the outsourcing of domestic labour to independent contractors enabled. The house was 2-storey, featuring rooms arranged in a cellular manner and accessed by long corridors. Safety and security was still a real problem, with access to rooms mediated by keys and security cameras installed in the common spaces. You have to remember that at this time, the social credit system only existed in China, with Apple's VMP or voluntary microchipping program only taking off in Australia several years later, following the 2020 referendum. At this point, Airbnb listings were limited to entire homes, private rooms and shared rooms. Bed sharing for money was not yet legal and was still seen as distasteful by conservatives. Kitchens in homes had not yet been phased out. With up to 36 people living and cooking in the house, adequate refrigeration and preparation space was an important design consideration. The house features a unique double island bench and 4 industrial-sized fridges. On-demand meals did exist, but delivery still relied on human labour before Uber drove. With its 18 bedrooms and 18 bathrooms, the house was much more successful than its neighbouring properties in generating rental income, earning up to $12,000 per week, or 15 times more than the average rental properties in the suburb.